Well, how about y'all? This is Daniel Nicholson with Nicholson Farms, and welcome back to another video. Yesterday we started the process of trying to load up our two pigs that are up at the lease, one of which is our boar, the other one is a barrow. It's time to bring them home. I want to add our barrow into the group of our feeder pigs, and I want to get started breeding our two gilts. Yesterday we took the trailer up there and I set up a ramp and tried to load them. I'm gonna throw in some footage of that here in a second. I was hoping to try to get it all done yesterday, but I didn't want to push them too hard. So it was actually, some of that was in our last video, but here goes a little bit of it. Maybe Friday. See. So now the owner of the lease just texted me and said the pigs have been hanging out in that trailer all day long. So we're gonna go up there, we're gonna hook up to the trailer, see if we can get them in there with some feed, and whenever I pull up, he's gonna shut the door on them, and hopefully we're gonna be taking these two pigs with me. I don't know how much filming I'm gonna get done up there, just because I forgot my tripod at the house or at the farm yesterday afternoon, and I'm leaving straight from work to go up there. So we're gonna get up there and we might see if we can set the camera up, and we'll see if we load them up. If not, I guess we'll be catching up with you tomorrow when we give it an attempt again. Y'all boys gonna load up today? Let's see. Put a little bit of feed in the trailer. Give it a couple minutes. Scott went and grabbed some table scraps. See if we can lure these bad boys up in there. The little bear doesn't have a problem going up in there. This boar pig's a little more precautious. Didn't get it on camera, but it worked out perfect. Alrighty, so we got them loaded up. We're back at the house now. We're about to see if we can unload these guys. The boar needs to go over here to the shed with the gilts. The little bear needs to come over here with the feeder pigs. But we're gonna try to unload the boar by itself first. So if something happens and that bear gets out as well, they're over here together with those two gilts. I can separate that bear off later, but I do not want something to happen and that boar get out and get into where our feeders are and have access to all the females that are in there as well. So we're gonna give it a shot. We're gonna come over here and get them unloaded. Hopefully we can get them separated, and hopefully this goes smooth. He has never been around electric fence, so hopefully he's gonna kind of stick close to those gilts and learn this electric fence really quick is the hope, at least. We'll see how it goes. I'm just gonna get backed up to this gate real quick. Need your help. Hey. Hey. Wish some ladies would come out over here. Let me get him up. He ain't never been around electric fence. Make me some babies. Come on, come on. Whoa. Well, we got the little bear unloaded into the pen with our little feeders. They're going to be chasing him around for a little while. They got to sort out who he is and sort out their dominance and all that stuff, who's in charge. But we got our boar dropped off as well. He's over here with our 2 sows. He's kind of running them around, but I don't think neither one of them's in heat because they just keep running away from him. He's done laid down in the mud and got himself nice and dirty. And I'm gonna hope that none of these little gilts over here are in heat and he tries to go through all these fences. I'm probably here in a little while gonna go ahead and hook up maybe all of these strands of wire, go ahead and get them really hot in case he gets out of this pen. He can't make it all the way over there to them. But he is inside of our main pasture. As far as good fences, I'm not worried about him getting out. He's just never been around electric fence. So it might take him a couple zaps to get used to it. So we'll see how it goes. Keep an eye on him for the next hour or so. I'm gonna go drop the trailer, and then we'll come back up here and feed him up, and check on him then. See if we have any action. Do y'all like y'all's new boyfriend? Is he aggravating you already? Huh? Didn't take him long to get muddy. Well, I'm sorry about the wind, guys. It's blowing pretty good this afternoon, but everybody seems to be settled in. Our little buddy that we dropped off's up there by himself. He'll mix with the group before too long. Let's go check out the gilts and the boar. They seem to be doing all right. I did hear a big squeal earlier while I was doing my chores down at the barn. I'm assuming this guy hit the wire for the first time. He hasn't gotten out, so that's a good thing. We'll check in on him in the morning and make sure he's still where he needs to be. I will probably hook up a couple of these wires tomorrow just in case. But I got some stuff I need to do in town this afternoon, so we're just gonna risk it this afternoon. He's not gonna go anywhere if he does get out. But I'm gonna step in the barn and see if I can get out of this wind a little bit, and we'll talk real quick. So we got our boar back home. He's in the pen with the gilts. I guess we're officially in breeding season for the pigs. But this is kind of a big step for us. In the past couple years, we've just bought feeder pigs or piglets and raised them out to butcher ourselves, or either to sell for other people to butcher or do whatever they're gonna do with them. So this is our first attempt to try to secure our own supply of piglets, I guess. In our area, piglets have just become really, really hard to find, and the prices of them have really, really gone up. Whenever I started in the pig stuff about 5-6 years ago, I could get a little piglet for 20 to 30 bucks. And in the past year, it's just gone crazy. This year, we looked up at the sale barn and bought some for about 60 bucks. But if you go on Craigslist in our area, they're anywhere from $70 to $100, even higher if you're getting registered stock or anything like that. So this is our first attempt to try to, I guess, combat that. And hopefully we're going to have some piglets in the ground in about 4 months. A pig's supposed to be bred for 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days is what they say. So we'll see. That puts us in about an August time frame, early August, I think. I'd have to look at the calendar. I'm going to write it down here soon, or today at some point. But hopefully we're going to have some piglets on the ground. And like I said, we're going to be raising our own. And we'll probably sell a couple, raise a couple out for ourselves. We'll just have to see how it goes. The plan with this boar is we're probably going to keep him in there for 3 to 4 weeks. I need to look up the gestation cycle, or the cycling of a pig. I don't know if it's 21 or 28 days. But I'd love to leave him in there for at least 2 cycles so he can make sure he gets these girls bred. And then he's probably going to hit the sale barn. He's nothing special. I bought him when I bought a couple of our feeder pigs over there. So he, like I said, he's nothing special, but hopefully he'll get the job done to get us started off. These 2 gilts, I actually like them. They're pretty thick. They grew a lot better than any of our other feeder pigs. So we'll see how they do raising some piglets, and possibly we might keep them and look at getting a better boar in the future. Something maybe with some papers, or something with some better genetics, that I know what the genetics are at least. We'll just have to see how that goes. But like I said, we're super excited to try this. It's going to be another step for our farm to to kind of keep growing, and this is a little small way we can do it. My plan is when we get close to farrowing, after we get done with the goats and everything, we're gonna set up this lean-to that the pigs are in now, get it all cleaned up, and we'll divide it in two. That way we have 2 stalls to farrow out in. I think that's the way I'm gonna do it. I've been watching a bunch of videos about farrowing on pasture or farrowing in barns and all that stuff, so haven't completely made up my mind how we're gonna do that. I also need to kind of put some work in here and make sure I can get to the babies without the mama getting to me. That's one thing that's held me up for years trying to breed our own pigs, is a mama pig, if she gets you while you're messing with her little piglets, she can hurt you in a hurry. So no matter how tame she is or not. So we need a good system. Been thinking about it, doing a little bit of research, and we'll figure something out. We got 4 months to do it. So with that being said, it's pretty windy. It's hot actually today. It's 80 degrees. Feels hot. All the animals are laid up underneath the shade, and I'm gonna head to the house. We got a couple plans with some friends this afternoon, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. I really appreciate you hanging out with us. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, leave us a comment, and we'll see you on the next one.